tall bridge, along came this song. When the white wolf boy, a silver tongue fell.
All right, we stopped that before we get a counter strike. Toss a coin to your witcher.
We're not live yet, are we?
We're live.
Oh, we are?
Yeah, we're live. Toss a coin to your witcher.
I'm a
On a
cowboy.
steel horse he rides. He's a witcher.
Sure. Or
Wanted. Watch Geralt ride.
yeah, there we go.
Anyway,
Hey, Sandy. Sandy's here.
Sandy's here. She's muted. I don't know if she knows that. I've started a new book.
Yay.
The first page of a new book. Obviously, we're looking at The Witcher. It's funny because you see a lot of people like, and I'm one of them. I knew The Witcher game. That's my first exposure to The Witcher. Was the game. I never played the first two versions, but I mean, obviously, I knew of the game.
Yeah.
And then I found out the game was based on a book. And then I found that the books had been turned into comics or graphic novels. And then the TV show came along. And then I found out that, like, a couple years before Netflix ever did anything, Poland did a series. So, I don't know which version of The Witcher you guys are familiar with, but the longer it comes around, the more different versions I see of them.
I knew of the video game, but I never played it.
Yep.
And then even then, I didn't know it was based on anything until Cavill was the thing in the Netflix series. And even then, the only reason why that even kind of like appeared on my radar was because of the Superman connection.
Let's see.
So yeah.
Pose this before I try and draw a bigger thing. I want a monster. And then Geralt below. What about you, Sandy? You gonna?
I knew the games first. And then I watched the show. I wanted to draw the.
I want to kind of do an action piece, but I don't know. I just don't know if I've got it in me tonight. We'll see. I have references of the armor and stuff. I just got a new computer during the holidays. One that can finally run games without, choking.
Yay.
So I picked up Witcher 3, and I've been playing that for the last week.
There's apparently a mod for Witcher 3 that lets you play as Henry Cavill.
Yeah. I haven't tried that, but I did look it up. I wasn't too crazy with the modeling. I mean, it's close. You can tell who it's supposed to be, but it doesn't quite look right from what I saw. So what do you guys think of the show? I mean, have you guys watched the Netflix version?
I like the show.
I'm sorry, Stan.
What's that?
I haven't gotten a chance to see it yet.
You haven't had a chance to see it?
Yeah.
That's okay.
I like the first season better than the second season.
Really?
What's season are they on now?
2. Well, they just finished 2.
Oh,
I actually like the second season better.
I felt like it was more about the girl in the second season.
Well, it is. That's not an incorrect assessment. But I think one of the things I appreciated about the second season is they made the Witcher less guttural. You know, he actually gets to emote and talk to people and says something so, you know, or just low horsey talking. I think that's what I liked about the second season more. If you don't like Siri, you're probably not going to like season 3 because I think it's going to lean pretty heavy into her.
I'll still watch it.
Like I said, I'm playing the Witcher 3 game right now.
is he firing something out of his hand?
What's that?
Does he have a firepower or something?
They have what they call signs, Witcher signs. So they cast magic too. It's just not like sorcery level magic. So they can like light stuff on fire. They have like a kind of a force blast.
Is he a paladin? No, you cannot be a paladin. He has a sharp edged weapon.
Yeah, they wouldn't be a paladin though, because the paladins are virtuous.
Right. Oh, is he not virtuous?
The Witchers aren't really virtuous. The Witchers are they're mutants.
He's a monster hunter mutant, right? From what I've read.
Yeah, but they're like force mutations. They go through like this ritual that changes them.
I'm trying to think if there was a D&D type of archetype.
Kind of like the pose, but I forgot what to do with the monster. They just have the monster hiding behind him or lurking up behind him. So I'm kind of torn as far as the visual look. I mean, obviously Henry Cavill is a nice looking man, and the girl that plays Yennefer is pretty, but I kind of like the game versions. The Polish versions are not good though. I did not think the Polish versions were good from what I saw. A little heavier set too. Muscular. In the humble one. That was one of the things out of the first season that amazed me, is like how popular that song became.
I think it was better. Also, it was better than the song in the second season.
Yeah, the second season didn't have as catchy of music, that's for sure. Although I think the Horse and Prison Blues was kind of fun.
Yeah. I definitely liked all the covers people were doing for that song. It came out with a lot of cool covers for the first season song.
Yeah, some were really well done. You see Horse and Prison Blues. You see a sample of that. Whore, W-H-O-R-E. S-O-N, Horse and Prison Blues.
Mom's coming whether we like it or not. This is gonna be close! Yes!
Damn ads.
It's been a long time traveling on roads that lead to nowhere.
So this is the catchiest tune out of season 2.
With hopes and dreams that always
The Horse and Prison Blues.
Sometimes it takes a prison cell, the tricks and tales that traitors tell.
Let's see. Jump to the riff.
Do it all again. You learn the more you live, they say. Everybody's got so lock me up and suck me up and throw away the key. Go fuck yourself.
Yeah. Go fuck yourself, you horse, because you're through fucking me. That's so. And that's why we have the TVMA rating, folks. I don't know if anybody's going to join us, but let me know. If you want to join, message me or comment, send me the link. Just bring up the stream on Facebook so I can see the chat if anybody comments, so I know who it is. Has anybody read any of the comics?
I have not.
Played any of the games?
I played some of 3. I didn't finish it.
I don't know that you can finish it.
I spent too much time in Paragon.
What are you playing it on? The
PC?
PC? Oh,
Yeah, I don't do consoles. I don't have the coordination to do controllers or.
it doesn't say coordination to do all the keys on the keyboard?
No, not like it does on a computer or on a console. It's a different kind of coordination, maybe. Now here's a little bit of trivia for you. You see this? I'm drawing the grip on the sword. You have to leave space. You always see comic book artists and stuff draw like they're holding a baseball bat, and that's a terrible way to hold a sword because you get no leverage. So you have those long handles, so you have that pivot.
Oh.
Like if you when you have your both hands together, you're limited motion. When you get them apart, you got
Bert
that.
always talks about that. Like he kind of stand when in movies people are holding their swords like that.
Yeah, I mean I'm sure I'm guilty of it too. When I was less informed, drawing people holding swords with their hands together. Like Conan and stuff. You always see him drawing with the hands close together. That's just bad form. You need the hands farther apart so you have that action that you can move the blade or move the handle. Let's see. Okay, let's see. I got the monster reference here. Which monster are we going to go with here? That's one of the things that it's pretty cool about both the game and the show is the creatures. They got some interesting looking stuff, and they've done a pretty good job on the effects on the show. They don't do as many monsters as they would, but the ones they do pretty well. So you're not familiar with the signs and stuff that they use in the series, Scott?
Nope.
Let's see if I remember. There's
Totally.
Igni, which you want to guess what Igni is? That's a pretty easy one if you think about it.
What is what?
Igni is one of the signs that casts powers.
Pick me.
Igni, I-G-N-I, Igni.
Hit me.
What do you think that does? Huh?
Launch a fireball.
Fire, right? Like ignite, Igni.
Oh.
Let me see. I'm trying to remember the names of the other signs off the top of my head. But back on the project.
And all these other pictures I seeing of this what's his name? Girl guy. He looks kind of more like Sean Connery.
Oh,
Or
in the game version.
is that the game version? Yeah, maybe that's what I'm looking at. Or Old Snake.
Yeah, it's got kind of a Snake Plissken or but what was Connery's character in Highlander?
Oh, I was gonna say Mason.
Okay. Sign. Signs rank by how useful they actually are. Quen, which is the force shield, like a force bubble around you. Ard, A-A-R-D, Ard, which is like a force blast, a telekinetic blast. Yurden. Yurden is for fighting specters. So it like creates a kind of a magical circle around you that makes them vulnerable when they're inside of it.
Oh.
So otherwise, how would you fight a ghost? You know. Igni, which is obviously like immolation, fire. Axie. Axie is I think that's the brain one. Let's double check though. Yeah, Axie's like mind control a little bit. So like like the Jedi would like manipulate people with their, you will let me pass. I will let you pass, right? The Witcher kind of has that same thing, you know. Let's see. So I need to change the arc of the swing. Do I get? Yeah, I guess I can just have a few fingers flying off here. Huh? This is a nice way to start off the book with a nice gory battle, huh? Maybe put another monster, a smaller monster, in the foreground, getting Act. Some of the monsters they have are a little goofy. And like a lot of it's based on mythology and stuff. So
Mm.
like especially like Celtic and stuff like that. That's when it was. It's tough to do these like 2 hour streams and not make really complicated pieces of art.
Yeah.
It's better when we have topics like the Simpsons or something where it's like cartoony and not a lot of detail.
Yeah.
Because I can get those through those pretty quickly. But you do start something with monsters and armor and all that kind of stuff, and it's like, oh, this is getting complicated quick. Cyclopses. Cyclops here. Kind of rough. Go back to Steam Guard so you can see what's going on, if anything. If you're out there watching, tell us about your favorite Witcher moment or character or whatever. What do you think about the political intrigue with the sorcerers and the mages and the different what do we call them? Factions, not tribes. You got the Nilfgaardians. Got Skellige.
Did you ever see that Netflix movie show? Was it Bright? Right or Blight?
Right. Yeah,
The one
with Will Smith. Yeah.
Yeah. Where it was like all the fantasy creatures living in the same world.
Yeah, it's like modern times. It's like what if Lord of the Rings, but modern times.
Right. Yeah.
So you got like the elves are like running the underworld, and the orcs are street gangs, and yeah. Did you like it?
I liked it.
It's pretty simple,
I'm easily entertained.
and it's pretty racially stereotypical. You get to the way they made some of the creatures, but then again, so is Lord of the Rings.
Right.
It's or like the merchants in Star Wars. It's like these are kind of based on. Well, let's not get into it. It's like it's,
Stereotypes.
yeah. Find the different pin. We have the arm. So the sword swing comes up and takes this arm off, and then part of the head. So I'll have part of the head flying off over here. I'm not really drawing creatures verbatim. What I have in mind is what they call a drowner. It's kind of like a swamp creature, like a creature from the Black Lagoon kind of thing, water creature.
Yeah.
Like I said, this is a heck of a way to start up a new sketchbook. Brush pen, brush pen, maybe. It's a phallic marker. Oh, there we go. I want the brush pen because it has kind of fade out motion, which the tech pen doesn't. It's good for looser stuff like the blood's flying. Okay.
This guy's like a Rob Liefeld character. All the buckles and straps.
Yeah, that's so I said you start drawing that armor, things get complicated quick, don't they? Like this is the reference I pulled from the game.
Wow.
So I don't know how much how accurate I'll be on that one. Some of the other references I pulled up, just some sword poses and stuff. This is what the sorcerers look like in the game. I'm trying to remember the names. Philippa. Yennefer. That's the Yennefer in the game. This is Triss Marigold. So if you watch the second season, Triss is the one that's at the Kaer Morhen with the Witchers. And this is the Yennefer in the game, and this is Ciri, the adult Ciri in the game. Go ahead, sing it.
I'm drunk.
I'm a cowboy.
A Witcher. On a horse named Roach I ride. I kill monsters. How do you kill them alive? That's why I didn't go there. I was like, wait, what do I do now? I'm trapped.
I won't leave them alive.
There you go. I won't leave them alive. I'm just looking at drowners because I thought they had spikes on the back. I was right. I'll make sure. I think I kind of a tail thing too. Pencil that in before I forget. So they got like the fins, kind of like, because they are water creatures. Tail stump. Should have sketched that in before I started making it. Fake it. What other fantasy shows do you guys watch? If anything, did you watch Game of Thrones?
I didn't finish Game of Thrones. I watched some of it. I
I
got.
didn't watch any of it.
I kind of got. Yeah, I didn't finish it when everyone was complaining about the last season.
Yeah, that's one I never got into. I didn't have HBO, or yeah, it was HBO, right?
Hmm.
I think that may have been part of the reason I didn't get around to watching it when everybody else was. I mean, I could have pirated it, I suppose, but
Yeah, I didn't watch it on HBO. Those episodes are so long, though.
something like that. Let's see. I got to try and plot. I got to drop armor onto this figure. So, using the reference, the scabbard should sit about here. I don't use reference like a lot of people do. I mean, I will use pose references occasionally. Probably not as much as I should. um, but I like to try and mentally wrap references around whatever pose I draw, you know? So this is the Spalding. No. What do they call this thing on the shoulder? The pauldron. Pauldron, right? Spalding. That's a basketball.
Spalding.
Pauldron. That's the word I was looking for, right? You guys know your armor terms?
Nope.
You probably know some. What do you call the gloves? The metal gloves.
Gauntlets.
Gauntlets. All right. What about the wrist bracelets or bracers? The thing you strap to the wrist.
You know what is a bracer?
No. Answer the phone. Greaves, right? If I remember correctly, I think they're called greaves.
Ah.
Oh. Let's see how accurate I can't make it too accurate. I'm sketchy. And this is a padded gambeson, the padded tunic. It's a gambeson. Gambeson on between the metal plates and the
Okay.
and this I have gloves on. Drawing sword hilts in perspective is always fun. It's like you guys know who Carl Kopinski is, the artist Kopinski.
No, sorry.
He draws this kind of stuff all the time. He draws like astronauts, and he draws barbarians and like old Norsemen and Vikings and stuff like that. And his visual library is just ridiculous. Like what he Randy says, "What's up,
Randy.
Hi, Randy?" But yeah, Carl Quincy, if you watch him, and So like him and Jung-ji, the Korean artist, I think. Jung-gi. They've drawn so many things and they committed their library, their mental library. It's just ridiculous the amount of stuff they can draw from their head without reference.
Yeah.
And then the reason I brought that up is like Carl Quincy does a lot of this Viking type stuff, And it's just really cool to see lots of these guys. It's frustrating too, a little aggravating. Messages. My daughter messaging me, getting ready to leave work. Let's see. I only have one scabbard here. The other scabbard's actually involved behind his head, but the handle for the sword is going to come out here. Okay. Now this thing's got some armor on it, or some fur on it, around it. I think this is a bear armor, if I remember correctly. And got a belt that's going to come across here. You guys talk to yourselves when you draw?
Sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
Like I tell myself what I'm doing, I don't know why. It's a weird habit. Like, when I get in the zone, I'll just start talking to myself. Well, okay, I'm going to add this here. Like, no one needs to know, Mike.
It's happened a lot more recently.
Happens a lot more recently as you get older, you mean?
Just talking to myself in general. Really?
Being alone with yourself too much.
Yeah, that's probably. I tried talking to Vector and Emo, but there's no real responses from them. Beep, beep, boop, boop.
So what I'm doing as I go along here is I'm going to like flesh out pencil areas and then I'll come back and ink it, like parts that I know aren't going to be covered by something else. So that way I can work into the areas behind them. Randy asks, what's all drawing tonight? I have some of my best conversations with myself, Randy says. Yeah, sometimes that's the only way to have an intelligent conversation, Randy. I've had opportunities in my life where I work with a bunch of idiots, so you have to talk to yourself to have someone intelligent to talk to. Tonight we're doing The Witcher. Did your wife not tell you?
It's a secret.
Apparently not. I get phone calls like, where's my link at? So I posted it on Facebook.
Well, we multi-stream now too, so you can always check the Art Till Dawn YouTube or Twitch channel too. If you don't want to watch on Facebook, or you can't watch on Facebook for some reason.
Are you multi-streaming when you do it on your page too? The ones that you do by yourself?
I always multi-stream on my own, yeah. Each platform has its own pros and cons, As we found out last week, like if you just want to like hang out with people, Twitch is a more friendly community. It's also, I guess it's growing more than YouTube, and it's more for artists and stuff. I mean, it started off as a gaming thing, so it's a heavy gaming influence in there. But
That's like to watch, like a watch channel watching type of thing, right? Not a like a Zoom in a sense, I guess. Or
well, no, Zoom is more for joining. This would be closer to Zoom, what we're in StreamYard.
right, but I mean, like anybody can just, well, not this, but then like you can watch it on top of Facebook and or YouTube, like and Twitch, right?
Mm-hmm.
Whereas like Zoom is more, you kind of got to be invited to the party. You kind of, there's no like a Zoom channel you can go to
Right.
watch.
Yeah. Zoom. Well, I mean, you can use Zoom like we're using StreamYard. You can use Zoom and then broadcast it to something. You can add it to a stream, but no, it's not a stream in itself. It's a virtual meeting place is what Zoom is,
Hmm.
and that's what it was built for. I always hate doing this ring mail. So the cheat I've done, especially when sketching your email, if you're not trying to draw it super accurate, is opposing C's. That's the letter C.
Mhm.
So you draw the rows, right? And then you'll have one row with the C's going to the right. That's how you cheat ring mail on a sketch. And then the next row you'll swap the direction of the C's so they're going to the left. And I mean, it's not super accurate, but people understand what it's supposed to be.
Yeah, like a bunch of S's, reverse S's or something.
Well, I mean that's the same concept, but you're doing links that way. Whereas I'm just doing one row at a time. If you're doing an S, you're doing two rows at a time.
Ah.
This is, like I said, this is just to give the appearance. It's not an accurate, but you can tell what it's supposed to be, right? See if I zoom in.
Yes.
Right. So that's the hint of ring mail without actually drawing all the rings.
Oh.
So that's the sketch cheat. It's just like when I teach people how to draw chain links like Ghost Rider.
Mm.
We caught on how to do this. Because rather than try and draw like the whole line, I mean, you can draw the line of flow. Like say you want a series of chains like going in this direction. You can do the cross pieces and links. And then do the chains between them.
Yeah.
And then I come in with a white. How do I like it? I'm gonna put my white. The white I put it the other day. And use the white to draw like the highlights on the links to give it the shape without having to draw that interior lines and stuff. So how well is that showing up? Is that showing up?
Yes, a little bit.
Little cheats you learn along the way. Okay, so I've got to move down to the lower parts. We've got buckle here, snap, another belt in here, tuck behind his leg, and then he's got the chainmail shirt goes down into padded legs, so that's going to be interesting. So this one's not too bad. I can do it here. I can have it going off his leg a bit. But then On this one, it's going to be behind the leg. So I don't know if I got to look up some boots. I'll be able to see this boot. This kind of, it's almost like wearing a duster jacket. So I've got this is going to be draped from behind him. Something like that, maybe. Yeah. Randy, are you still there? You watch The Witcher?
Yeah, we watched it together.
Does Sandy let you watch The Witcher? Are you old enough? The Witcher is an adult show. It's like Game of Thrones in that regard. There's lots of boobies. I don't think they've shown any penis yet, though, have they? It's still kind of hard to find in Hollywood. Right? Full frontal male nudity. You guys think of any shows where you had that?
I thought
Isn't that one they did in Hawaii recently? That one had that in it.
When they did in Hawaii recently. Which one are you talking about?
Was it White Lotus or something?
Oh, I've never even heard of that.
It was a Netflix thing. Oh, it's HBO.
Randy says he's seen both seasons. All right, so you have a favorite character, Randy? Randy's black, right?
Mm-hmm.
I know it sounds like a weird question, but the reason I ask is the show has pretty good representation. You know, they literally, that was kind of the joke at the beginning was like, they talk about the writing trope of the magical Negro. I know it's not a great term, but it's kind of like the opposite of the white savior. You have the magical Negro, and they literally have magical black people, the sorcerers. No Asians in the show, though, that I know of. It's okay. I won't hold it against them.
I'd hold it against them.
The kind of conversations that get me in trouble, right? Am I canceled now?
Oh no.
We don't have enough young people watching us to be canceled.
Yeah. It's was waiting for some Randy was waiting for a song more catchier than Toss a Coin to Your Witcher. Yeah, we kind of talked about that briefly, but yeah, they didn't have any hooks like they did the first season. Although the Horse and Prison Blues I liked. Are you familiar with that one, Randy? If not, pull up YouTube and look up Horse on Prison Blues. Horse on is one word. And your kids are asleep, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, because obviously it's got some curse words in, of course, in Prison Blues.
No, I'm pretty sure they're for curse words anyway.
Kind of a sucker for the Spanish type stuff though. 'Cause I played D&D as a kid. And I watched all the Lord of the Rings stuff. Remember the '70s animated version by Basky, which is like a trip.
Gollum
Randy
and
says
Down
his,
bothered me.
Randy says his favorite character is probably the sidekick, the wisecracking sidekick. That would be
Robin?
Jaskier, the bard. And in the game, it's they call him Dandelion in the game. I can't remember which he is in the books and comics. Probably Dandelion. Jaskier. Yennefer is a piece of work to me. She's just so manipulative. So I don't know how all these guys are attracted to that. I mean, obviously she's pretty, but she's a piece of work. We're almost an hour in. You guys have something you want to show, so I'm not the only one drawing. All right, there's Scott. All right. Which sign's he throwing up there?
I don't know. I
Just
don't know.
doing stop in the name of love before you break my heart. Stop. All right. Nice Witcher. It's like in 3D even. Yeah. See that's coming at you. All right, Sandy, you got something?
Mm.
Oh, there's the bard. He looks so young there, though. I think I messed up the hand. Let's see. Or I just need to reposition the other arm. So it makes sense where the hand is gripping. For sure, it'd be hard to tell what's going on there anyway. Anderson. Randy's asking, have you always been Witcher fans? Or did y'all just get into it? I've only recently gotten into it. The shows what really hooked me. And then after the show is when I tracked down like the comic and the game. So that's my background. What about you guys?
I'm still not quite. I'm not there yet. I haven't seen. I know all the show, the game, the book, but and I only know the one character, and that's only because Henry Cavill's playing it.
And then I'm sure you're probably going to answer from you, Sandy, right? Since you guys live together. And like Scott was saying, throw on some Deadpool buckles, straps for no reason.
Just because.
Some shading in there. Here. No, let's see. I got some with the face here to make it look like a Geralt. I think that'll probably have to be in color, just to have the white hair, and that'll sell who it is. You think? Let's see, got to draw in a little fur thing here. Oh, got this YouTube spam bot. Clockwork. Oh. That's a drowner, so I'll have a water line there. Geralt can be on the shore. Holes and stuff. This is the jacket bottom. It's padded like the gambeson after a certain point. all added here. Bing. Wife and daughter messaging each other. Ding. Ding, project done. Ding, project done.
Would you like surprise with that?
Would you like a bread with that? Well, would you like an apple pie with that? Isn't that what it is? Would you like an apple pie with that?
Yeah.
Ding, project done. Ding. Ding, pies are done. Tell you, you do these kind of things and you realize how much pain armor is to draw, and it gives you more respect for those people that draw armor all the time.
Yeah.
So the witch is pretty much in there, I think. And you draw the blade. You just draw the leading edge. And kind of a hint of the trailing edge, because it's the motion blur, right? That we can go with that to get that motion. And let's see. So we have the small drowner on the waterfront side, on the foreground. And then we'll put like a Cyclops in the background. Somebody scribbling furiously, or is that an eraser? And my hearing's not that good. It's just that, when I do these streams, I have earbuds in, so everything's right in my ear. So normally my hearing's not very good. So we're going to leave that Cyclops thingy. We've got two racers on. Or with rope, nothing fancy. So some rope around there. Some furry bits. And, for some reason, he's got ropes around his arm too, just because it looks cool, I guess. I can't tell what's going on with his stomach there, but it looks like he's got a pouch. A pouch on his waist. And a belt, maybe. A string belt, like an ogre or a Cyclops with a man bag. Some fur line stuff down there. We got massive shoulders. We can do that. Not so big on the forearms. Kind of Brutus or Popeye. Where they got the small biceps with huge forearms. And the hands need to be a little more elongated. The fingers, rather. Do that. Let's add on padding to the end of the fingertips. Pull them out a bit. So work our way from the foreground to the background again. So I want to have fingers starting to fly off. So let's take the finger over here.
Fingers are done. Oh, you know that song is stuck in my head.
Yeah, sorry. Have half of a. And this will be more impactful when I start putting in the white because that gives you the glistening bits of the blood and bone.
Lovely.
Put a liner to whatever this thing's called. Eraser. Loop cord around the. I wish I was more wired for drawing armor and stuff because I really like fantasy art. I just never did it enough to like keep good at it. Like looking at those guys that do like the Warcraft artwork and these huge swords and the big shoulders. Really cool looking stuff, but I never trained myself to do it.
Conan and all that kind of stuff like that.
Yeah. So whenever I draw Conan, his armor is usually pretty simplified. I think that's why I like the Marvel version of Conan, the John Buscema, because it's basically a loincloth and shoes. Yes. So he was pretty simple.
Oh, that's not nice.
Here, phone speak through. Get the brush pen out again for some more organic stuff. And you have through the drowner's arm, through the drowner's side of the skull, into the ogre's hand or the Cyclops' hand. What we call a twofer. Let's see, go ahead and block this one user from YouTube. It's one of those spam bots. I'm gonna look over Sandy's shoulder for a bit. Let's put her up by the middle. We're looking over your shoulder, Sandy.
Mm,
We're looking over your shoulder. Although mostly all we can see is your hand.
I'm changing
Changing what?
my bar to, to the second season version instead.
The bard's name is Jaskier in the show, right? Jaskier.
Mm,
One of the things playing the game is like everybody's huge and ripped. Even the monsters.
Joe Madureira.
Aguera, yeah. The monsters are like drawing zombies. You know, you don't have to have like nice, pretty lines with them. That's a nice thing. That. Reed, you gonna join us? Reed saying GG. I can't remember what GG means. Good going.
Game.
Good game.
Join us.
I can't post the link in Facebook. Come over to Facebook and put the link in if everybody wants to join from Comic Jam or get you up in the chat in a second. And if you're on Twitch and you'd like to join, let me know. I can post the link over to Twitch too. Flush out the face a bit with the pencil. And move the mic away from my head so I don't bump it. Now, at least get this sketch done so I can move on to another character. As I finish this up, do you guys have a character you'd like to see from the show? I can look up reference real quick and draw them. No? Reed says he knows nothing about The Witcher.
Me too.
Yeah, it's never stopped us before, Reed.
Ding, Fraser done. Ding, Fraser done.
A little closer. You get those lurkers out there. Hop on. Come draw with us. Or at least come chat with us.
Yeah, what happened to our new friend?
Tara? Well, it's like he might not be on. He is like Sandy. It's like a late time zone for him.
Mm.
Need An Vu in here. That's like one of her favorite characters, Geralt.
Tell you to join us.
Because of The Witcher, I've drawn Henry Cavill a couple times, you know, friends and stuff. I'm almost to a point where I can throw some shading on this. Toss a coin to your Witcher. Oh.
Oh.
It sounded more like Mortal Kombat to me.
Oh, that's the beginning of Kikaida.
Okay. You see how I got Mortal Kombat out of that, though?
Yeah. That's more.
Shanley says she can't decide who to draw. Who's your favorite character?
Tell him to join us.
Yeah, I did post the link in the Facebook side. I posted again.
Join us. What's those little green guys in Toy Story?
Are the aliens?
Yeah, what did they say?
The Claw.
I thought they're like, join us.
I don't know. What's that one? That's like, one of us. One of us. What show was that?
I don't remember.
All right. So the last book I did was a warm gray, like the tan paper. This is a cool gray, so I've got to get used to how the colors react to this now. Witcher's got white hair, so that's an easy one. You want us to give you a character, Shanley? Just has a blank page. Mail it.
You don't want to join us?
You can come in, audio only if you want, Just come hang out. You can describe what you're drawing.
Yeah, like last time we had our special guest from Canada.
We picked up a Twitch viewer joined us. If you were watching last week or Monday. Jeez, when I say last week, Monday. So this is normally a flesh tone for Caucasian, YR000. Only wants to do the Brooks sub, but can't decide of a pose. That's the Brooks sub. Which creature is that again? Is that the bride?
Frankenstein.
Witcher Brooks sub. Let's see. Brooks sub. I don't have all the beasts you memorized. Brooks is like a vampire. Just have her latching onto somebody's neck.
And the lights go down in Gotham City. And the sun shines.
Here's what the Bruxa looks like.
The who? The what?
The Bruxa,
Pizza.
like a witch vampire kind of thing. So
Oh, that's not good.
I'm more used to this one, kind of floaty. Just draw like a person in the foreground, like busy on their cell phone. And like look at their cell phone and have her sneaking up behind them. So the ogre is the one that's closest to flesh tone, pale flesh tone. Let's see how this dries on the cool gray paper. Is that capturing the camera okay? Barely tell it's shaded, right? Cyclops has a dad bod with abs.
Cyclops, Scott Summers.
That's the wrong Cyclops.
Oh.
That's skirt, fur, skirt. Here, some color in the fingers. Okay. Witcher is more pale than the pearly pink. There. Gray on grays. I can do blue on gray. Do a little blue to put in the armor. It's going to end up looking darker. That's leather strap, velvet strap, metal. Metal. And chain mails. It's in the light brown. Same color. Anderson. Skirt. That's a darker gray. This is the other fun part about doing stuff, is like keeping track of what you actually have drawn. color in his hand. This is again, so I got a little use a darker color for the straps. We are having trouble streaming to Twitch. This may be an issue on Twitch's end. We'll keep trying and let you know if it's resolved. Please check Twitch to ensure the stream looks okay. Second. Make sure we're still streaming okay. I don't normally view on Twitch, so. Yeah, it looks okay to me. No. I don't suppose any of you have read the books, right? Any of the books?
Sorry, Michael.
No problem. I mean, I haven't read any books either. I'm just curious. Ooh. That. He says he knows nothing. He knows nothing about The Witcher, he means, yeah? Just come draw Arcane then and pretend it's The Witcher. What else are you guys watching these days? I don't think we settled on a subject for the next stream. Did we? You guys have something you'd like to draw? Something simple, maybe. After the portrait stream with Betty White and complicated armor stream with The Witcher, you need something simple. You don't agree? That's simple. Charlie Brown. Doesn't get much simpler than Charlie Brown. Tan for this stuff. This part. Darker. 90s tunes, Randy saying. Why 90s? Randy must be younger than me. I'm guessing Randy's way younger than me. 90s tunes? Give me some examples, Randy. What are some 90s tunes that you can think of off the top of your head? See if I know any of them. Ooh, geez, bleeding pen. What happens when you overload a Copic? Gem and the Holograms. I've heard of them. Although I'll be honest with you, I heard them as a comic before I heard them as a cartoon. Because they used to have that's part of the Archieverse, right, Gem? Hold on, I got pen bleeding on me. My pants stuff all picked up. So I'd say Gem is part of the Archie universe, right? Along with Josie the Pussycats and stuff like that. And they used to have those little readers that at the supermarket checkouts, the Archie magazines, little pocket-sized comics. And that's where I think I discovered Gem and the Holograms from that.
Actually, I think Gem is part of the Hasbro-verse.
Is that the Hasbro?
Hasbro universe. Yeah, it's Gem and Transformers and G.I. Joe.
Okay. But I still think I thought I discovered Gem from the comics side first before finding out this was a cartoon. Second. Yeah, do some. Stanley says, isn't Gem 80s? Is Gem 80s as a cartoon?
80s cartoon.
The Gem is 80s. Okay, Randy's not putting out 90s cartoons. Flintstones, Jetsons. Flintstones and Jetsons aren't 90s.
He's older than he thinks.
The Flintstones and Jetsons, I know, those are 70s. that's my era. Two Stupid Dogs and Rocco. So Rocco's Modern Life. That might be 90s.
Ed, and Eddie.
Ed, and Eddie, I know because my kids watch that.
Yeah.
Courage the Cowardly Dog, Dexter's
Powerpuff
Laboratory.
Girls.
You guys want to do 90s cartoons next week?
What's the 80s? I can do 90s. What is 90s?
I mean, I wasn't a viewer of the 80s or 90s cartoons, so I'll be like you. I have to look it up and fake it. I'll just find something I like or something that I might know a little bit. It's not something I can draw off the top of my head.
Oh yeah, let's do 90s cartoons. Yeah, Batman the Animated Series.
Well, that is 90s, right?
Yeah,
The Bruce Timm, right?
yeah.
It is 90s, you're right. You're all
Yeah,
set.
that whole Disney afternoon. I'm down with that.
We just have to do 90s cartoons except for Batman.
Oh, that hurts. Hey, King of the Hill. Courage the Cowardly Dog.
Does King of the Hill count?
Yep.
Because that was more of a primetime cartoon. That wasn't
Yeah. Yeah. SpongeBob.
X-Men the animated series. Yeah, X-Men the animated series was in the 90s, right?
Yeah. Spider and nobody likes Spider-Man. Futurama. To an extent, The Simpsons.
Well, they actually started in the 80s. I'm pretty sure.
Dexter's
Well, wait. When did Tracy Ullman come out?
89.
'Cause that's where the Simpsons started. Was a
Right.
featurette on Tracy Ullman show. You see, now you're naming off a lot of properties like Sailor Moon, Johnny Bravo. Those could be topics in and of themselves. You know,
Right.
a lot of these cartoons that you guys are listing now are big enough to be topics on their own.
Well, we could do maybe how about a Disney afternoon?
But what?
The Disney afternoon.
Disney Afternoon. What was in the Disney Afternoon lineup? That was like Darkwing Duck. What?
Darkwing Duck, DuckTales, Tailspin, Chip and Dale's
Ooh.
Rescue Rangers, Did I say DuckTales?
Angry Beavers. That's not Disney.
Creepy.
Dog Cat. Remember what was it? Cat Dog or Dog Cat? I can't remember
Cat
which one.
dog.
Cat Dog. Ren and Stimpy. Let's just do Ren and Stimpy. I've seen. I didn't watch it religiously or anything. I've seen a few episodes of Ren and Stimpy. It always freaked me out when they go from like the real cartoon style into like the real detailed, like
Yeah.
it's like what the hell's going on here? Dragon Ball Z, Angry Beavers, Samurai Jack, Beavis and Butthead. I think that might be too broad though. See, because look at how many properties you're listing.
Yeah.
So if we could nail it down to, like Scott saying, like Disney, you know, that at least limits the cartoons. Or you do it to, what's the people that made like Samurai Jack
Cartoon Network?
and no, but there was like it was a particular studio that did like a series. They did I think the Powerpuff Girls, Samurai Jack.
Jindy Tarkovsky did the Samurai Jack and the Clone Wars. And recently he did that Primal. I don't know if you've seen Primal. That was about this caveman.
Still trying to clean up my pen. Sorry. There's ink stains on my hand now. Let me look something up real quick. Because like I'm pretty sure like Johnny Bravo, Samurai Jack, and Powerpuff Girls were the same. From the same
Cartoons, right?
That was the time slot, right? Cartoon.
Right.
Yeah, you're right. That was Gendy Tartakovsky was Samurai Jack. What else? Voices of Phil Lamar and Greg Baldwin. Program creator Gendy Tartakovsky. He also did Two Stupid Dogs. Did Symbionic Titan, Primal. I'm looking at see there. You might just be able to do like his stuff, like just like we did with like
Seth
MacFarlane
and Matt Groening.
Yeah, and Seth MacFarlane. We could do. How do you say his name? Is it Gendy? Gendy, Genndy, Gendy Tartakovsky. Tartakovsky.
Who's Tim?
How does that sound? We could do Gendy Tartakovsky cartoons. That gives you Dexter's Lab, Samurai Jack, Clone Wars, Symbionic Titan, Hotel Transylvania, and Primal. Two Stupid Dogs.
Two Stupid
All right,
Dogs.
I'm going to make a note of that. How does that sound for you?
I'm okay with it.
Sandy?
I don't care.
All right, that's a pretty strong vote right there. I got a Tartakovsky. Tartakovsky. Gendy Tartakovsky cartoons.
Long ago.
Right, so that'll be next week's topic. Gendy Tartakovsky cartoons.
Yeah.
Maybe we get John here, because John probably knows all that stuff.
Yeah.
Ugly color for the nails. Purple and black. It's purple, but almost looks black or really dark gray when you put it in here. What does yellow look like on gray? If I make the teeth yellowish. I tell you, the Cyclops is a sexy beast, right? Randy's still spewing out cartoon names. Animaniacs.
Animaniacs.
Delame. I don't know what Delame is.
Mike Judge.
But we could do him sometime too. I would like to do Mike Judge. That's King of the Hill, right? And,
Yeah.
Beavis and Butthead.
Beavis and Butthead. Office Space.
Yeah. That's kind of fun stuff, give some love to the animators. We should do a Bruce Timm, really.
Yes. Yes.
And Bruce Timm's good because he's got a very distinctive style.
Right.
Have you ever looked at Bruce Timm stuff that's not done in the animated style, though?
I don't think so.
You should check him out. He does, because he's known for that animated look, but if you look up Bruce Timm's artwork outside of that, he's really good. Obviously he's really good, but let's see, brown is blue and gray. Blue and green. Light green base. Put blue on the top of it. I was going to try and do 2 sketches, but I think I'm probably going to only finish the one. Put some purple in there. Randy's asking if we already done a Tim Burton theme.
Well, we should do that too.
No, we have not done a Tim Burton theme yet.
But I'm biased.
Well, I could. Tim Burton's a pretty wide category too, though. That gives you all the stop motion animation stuff he's done too.
Yeah, Frankenweenie. But the Corpse Bride, that's not really his though, right? Because it's.
Yeah, but there's Frankenweenie.
Nightmare Before Christmas.
Nightmare Before Christmas. I know he's like producers on stuff, but
yeah.
Sure to make it easy. Now he's on an Edward on a Bruce Timm thing. Edward Scissorhands, Batman 1-2.
Beetlejuice.
Beetlejuice.
Beetlegeist.
So Bruce Timm would be a good one. Tim Burton would be a good one. But for next week, it's Gendy Tartakovsky. I've already made note of that. Gendy Tartakovsky.
Oh, I'm tired.
Well, yeah, it's late for you. I mean, if you need to go, you can head out. You know, you're not
There's
obligated.
only 10 minutes left. But I'm done drawing. I'm not drawing no more.
Don Bluth.
Don Bluth would be a good one. Yeah. Like I said, I can crank through those kind of topics faster because it's not as much detail. All right, we'll take a round here. Let's see. Scott, you ready?
I am.
That would be Trish Marigold and Geralt. And who's in Geralt's crotch?
Let's try to do another version.
It's another version of Geralt?
Yeah.
All right. All right, Sandy. I like that. But you changed up the bard though. You made him. What'd you change?
His second season version now with the longer hair.
Oh, okay. I'm trying to figure out what was different.
He didn't look so young. I made him the scruffier version. I don't like this one though. I'm not gonna post it.
Here's where I'm at so far in The Witcher. I'm gonna start going through and put some highlights and stuff in. Not bad for a 2-hour sketch. Got some action in there, right? One of the things working on tone paper, you always have to have a different variety of whites, you know, because that's what really creates that pop.
Oh.
One of the nice things about working with tone paper is because it's got a shade to it already. When you put white on top of it, the white really stands out.
Draw some music notes.
What's that?
I said light. I'll draw some music notes.
Musical notes. Just put some lyrics in there. Toss a coin to you, which. I gotta look up the Horse and Prison Blues lyrics. All right, as we wrap up, yes, nothing to promote again. How's your animation coming along?
I haven't started. And it's due on Friday.
Oh no. No, this is a commissioned work?
No, I'm making a new animation reel to apply for a job in California.
Oh, okay. Good luck.
Yeah, I probably should have gotten started on it. I don't know what I want to put in it. That's why I'm stuck.
Well, you know, I would say the obvious thing is, you know, do what you like, and then you're going to put more attention into it, you know. The other advice would be to, I don't know who the studios you're applying for, is with, kind of cater to what the kind of stuff they do. So that they can see that you do the type of stuff they're looking for, or that you can do the type of stuff they're looking for. That was one of the things I've always hated about being a supervisor and stuff, like doing portfolio reviews, because you got to, like, a lot of people you talk to, it's like it's the first time they've received like critical assessment of their work. And some people don't take it well. Like, they've been told, all their life is, how good they are and how great their artwork is, and then they have to get assessed by someone that's looking to hire, and you got to be pretty blunt with them. It's like, so I've had to do that a couple situations. Like when I was a chief in the Navy, the illustrated draftsman rating is something you had to, it's called striking for it, which means you had to like apply and get evaluated to do it, because there was no school for it, so you had to have some ability just coming in. So there was a portfolio review as part of the process. And trying to explain to people, they come in and they're showing me like graffiti artwork, and it's like, well, this is cool, but you won't be doing this. Can you do, can you draw a boot? Stuff like that. It's just, the expectations weren't realistic a lot of the times. And then like working in the graphics part of a liquor company, I had to hire people for that, or give my recommendations for hire to the HR department. And this is like commercial advertising, right? Like doing flyers and posters and stuff like that. And you have people come in like they're fine artists, like bringing me paintings. Like, what do you want me to do with this? We got a project. We're doing like 5 to 10 projects a day. We don't have 2 weeks to work on something.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, that's a really nice painting. It's not what we do. Like I said, if you know the kind of work that you're applying for, make sure your portfolio includes some of that kind of work. If you don't know, do some research. Could have some clue of the people you're applying to. All right, I'm gonna call it done. Here's my final. Tilt the camera. I tilt the book up to the camera. Okay.
Nice.
Can you buy that as The Witcher?
I don't have enough points to, but it looks nice. I like the action.
Yeah. I mean, I didn't draw the leg all the way out. It's just kind of cheating. It's like I didn't draw his leg here. Just keeping the action there.
Black Belt did it.
But it's like, you see how much that white makes a difference, though.
Yeah.
It really just pops it off the paper.
Yeah.
All right.
Well done. Very nice.
5 more minutes. We can wrap it up. So next week, how do you say the name?
Gendy
See?
Yeah. Samurai Jack.
Tartakovsky. I got it. Gendy Tartakovsky. Got it now. So between now and next week, you guys can look up what properties Gendy Tartakovsky created and worked on. And if Shanley's still here, we can post your drawing into the comments so we can see what you did, which character you ended up drawing. Other than that, thank you all for joining us. We'll be here next week, Wednesday, 7 p.m. Hawaii Standard Time. You can look up Bonsai Boy or Bonsai Boy 808 on social media, or Solo Cut Art, or Artelon. And if you're in Hawaii or have Hawaii ties, come join Covington, Hawaii on Facebook. All right. Everybody
Right.
say aloha.
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 Right.
Good night.